Welcome to the Deep Dive. We unpack compelling stories, try to pull out some really actionable insights.
Yeah, find those nuggets.
Exactly. And today, we are diving into the life of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. You probably know him as India's missile man, also its 11th president.
An incredible figure.
Absolutely. So our mission here is to, well, help you get the core wisdom from his autobiography, Wings of Fire. Think of it as a shortcut, sort of, to understanding this amazing leader and scientist.
A shortcut through a really rich story.
Totally. And just so you know, all the material we're digging into today comes straight from excerpts of that book, Wings of Fire.
Okay.
So to really get a handle on Kalam's impact, I think we have to go right back to his beginnings.
Yeah, where it all started.
He was born in 1931 in Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu. It's this quiet temple town. Grew up in a pretty modest Muslim family. His father owned a boat. And the book really emphasizes how values like simplicity, honesty, they were just baked in from the start.
And what's truly insightful here, I think, is how these values weren't just abstract ideas for him.
Right.
That commitment to simplicity. You see it later in how he pushed for elegant, often low-cost solutions to really complex engineering problems. That became kind of a hallmark of India's space program, working with limited resources.
That makes sense.
And his honesty, I mean, even when things failed, reporting those failures built this incredible trust within his teams. It's rare.
Yeah.
It really makes you stop and think, how can these deep early influences truly set the course for someone's entire life?
It's genuinely mind-boggling when you frame it like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, from Rameswaram, this humble background.
Yeah.
How does someone like that pivot into, well, the super complex world of science and engineering? Where did that journey, that academic and professional path, really kick off?
Well, I think it goes back to that foundation we mentioned, this blend of deep spiritual values, but also this real rational inquiry. It seems that combination propelled him. He went on to study aeronautical engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology, that's MIT in India, different from the US one, of course, and his early career. Straight into the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, and then later he moved to the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO.
Okay, ISRO. And if we sort of connect that to the bigger picture,
yeah,
that's where he played a massive role, wasn't it? Developing India's first satellite launch vehicle, the SLV.
Exactly. And the SLV-3, it wasn't just a rocket.
No.
It was India saying, we can get to space on our own, think communications, weather forecasting, all without relying on other nations. A huge step towards self-reliance.
Monumental, really. And he didn't do it alone, obviously. The book talks a lot about his work with other top scientists, Vikram Sarabhai, Satish Dhawan.
Key figures.
Which does raise an important question, maybe for you listening. What's the real impact of collaborations like that? I mean, beyond just individual genius, how crucial is that teamwork in building up a whole nation's scientific muscle, basically from scratch?
Yeah, that's precisely it. The book really highlights that SLV-3, for example. It wasn't only about the hardware. It was about building a collective scientific spirit, proving India could do this cutting-edge stuff itself.
Right.
And Sarabhai, Dhawan, they weren't just bosses. They created this environment where young guys like Kalam could actually step up, take risks, take ownership. It shows a nation's progress isn't just one person. It's that collective brain power.
That sense of collective effort, though, it must have been tested because the book Wings of Fire, it's very open about the fact that this path wasn't easy.
Oh, definitely.
It was full of major setbacks. So how did Kalam handle those moments when things went wrong?
You're absolutely right. The book is remarkably candid about failures. He faced several big ones, but the key thing, the takeaway, is he just never gave up. Wings of Fire talks about the first SLV-3 launch attempt. Huge disappointment. The rocket ended up in the Bay of Bengal. But what's revealing is Kalam's reaction. He didn't hide. He stepped up publicly, took full responsibility, and actually shielded his team from the blame.
That's leadership.
Exactly. That act, detailed in the book, it built this incredible trust and grit in the team. It shows perseverance isn't just willpower. It's about building that team spirit that pushes through even when it looks impossible.
And that resilience. That must have been absolutely vital for his next big chapter, India's Missile Development Program. He led the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, the IGMDP, which sounds technical, but it was huge, right? Not just weapons, but establishing India's strategic independence, its tech sovereignty.
Absolutely. Strategic autonomy.
And he was directly involved in projects people might recognize, like Agni, the ballistic missile Prithvi, others like Trishul, Akash, Nag. They really formed the foundation of India's own defense tech.
Yeah, a whole suite of systems. But what's fascinating, again, is that beyond the tech specs, beyond the massive scale of these projects, Wings of Fire keeps coming back to Kalam's belief in teamwork and his personal commitment to mentoring younger scientists, younger engineers.
Right.
There's even a story in the book, I think, after a big successful satellite launch, he apparently made sure to thank everyone, like personally, from the top scientists right down to the support staff, the T-boy.
Wow.
It's a small detail, maybe, but it says so much about his view on collective effort and, well, humility, too.
It's through all of this, isn't it? The huge scientific projects, the very real struggles in chasing national self-reliance.
Yeah.
That's where Kalam's deeper philosophy seems to really take shape.
Yeah.
It clearly wasn't just about the rockets and missiles. It was about building a nation, really, fueled by a very specific vision. So how did these experiences shape his message, especially for India and particularly its young people?
That really is the heart of the book, I'd say. That core message, the famous one, dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action. And for him, this wasn't just, a personal mantra. He presents it as a philosophy for the whole nation's development, pushing everyone, especially the youth, to be active, to be imaginative participants.
Why? Don't just sit back.
Exactly. He genuinely believed every single young person could make a real difference. And the book hammers home other key takeaways, too. Never giving up, despite the hurdles, the power of sheer hard work, honesty, always seeking knowledge.
Yeah.
And he also makes this powerful point that spirituality and science, they don't have to be separate. They can and maybe should work together, leading to maybe more creative solutions, a more holistic way of looking at progress. All these messages, they really make Wings of Fire more than just a memoir. It feels like a motivational guide, really, for transforming yourself and maybe even the country.
It's an incredible story.
Yeah.
Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam's journey from that small town Rameswaram to becoming this top scientist and then eventually president of India. It's just inspirational.
Right.
And Wings of Fire,
Yeah.
it doesn't just give you this amazing inside look at India's space and missile programs, which is fascinating in itself.
Right.
But maybe more importantly, it's packed with these life lessons about perseverance, discipline, humility. It really shows the impact one person can have if they're driven by vision and, well, strong values.
It absolutely does. So maybe the thought to leave you with, inspired by Kalam's journey and what we've drawn from Wings of Fire, how can you take that idea, the power of dreams turning into thoughts and thoughts into action? How can you apply that to overcome challenges in your own life or maybe in your community?
Yeah.
Embracing both that drive for knowledge and that essential resilience.